Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests and my fellow alumni of James H. Bowen High School, class of 73. This is probably my 53rd take of this. I keep shortening it every time. Anyway, some of you know me as Stephen Barry. Back then, I was a long-haired little kid named Steve Cohen. I'm in the yearbook. You can look me up. It's an absolute pleasure to be here. I've got a little bit of sadness because I wish I could be there with you, sitting there eating the tasty food and having those memories with you. But let me rewind the clock a little bit and just go over a couple things that I remember that I want to contribute. Music was a big part of my life. Concert band. I remember the football games we played, especially the Boilermakers, when I guess we kicked Calumet's butt and they tried to overturn our bus that we were in. Very scary stuff, but looking back, wow, we really did have an effect on some of the other high schools, didn't we? I was part of the science thing, and I went to the science fair at the Museum of Science and Industry. My project, and I still remember it, electrophoretic desalination of H2O. Yep, electrophoretic desalination of H2O. I got a third place in the city and brought Bowen a little bit of honor. We were thinkers. We were smart. You know, they can say what they wanted about us. We were inner city school, but we had the smarts, and also we had ingenuity and we had artistic abilities. I can't leave today without talking about my run-ins with authority. My big moment, selling some firecracker powder to a guy named Ronald, who thought it was a brilliant idea to light it off in the lunchroom on a table in front of Mr. Fairmark. You know what happened then. I found myself in the interrogation room with Mrs. Franklin. Remember her? Where'd you get it from? What's in it? And she wouldn't let me go. And she said, we're going to block you and we're going to suspend you. And Mr. Keene, remember the chemistry teacher? Mr. Keene doesn't know what's in there. And so anyway, I took my lumps. And speaking of lumps, for those of you who got some detention, I remember, was it the 4th or the 5th floor? I remember telling people also, as I've traveled, we had a place where we would sit and pigeons would be flying around up there, dropping stuff on us. Anybody remember that, or is it just me? We had pigeons, and everybody's like, nah, what were you, like, in a bird cage? I said, no, this place was built like in the 1600s. It looked like a prison, and they had pigeons. Anyway, let's see, what else can I say? Mr. Aragoni, my Spanish teacher, gave me a D because I was clever enough to figure out how to take those ALM machines, remember them? And tune in WVON or WLS. He should have given me an award, don't you think? So that was the year I had all A's except for a D in Spanish. Brought my whole average down, but what am I going to do? What am I going to say? So, all right, I'm going to wind it up. You should have heard the first version. It was a lot longer than this, but I don't want to dwell on sadness. I want to raise a glass and make a toast. But first, I want to say something before I go. And that's this yearbook. It's very special to me because I can look and see what all you guys look like or looked like back then. And I hope somebody sends me a picture. I'll pay for it. But anyway, this yearbook is not the yearbook that I bought. I lost my yearbook along the road in life. I don't know what happened to it. So my cousin found this book at some pawn shop or rummage sale or something, and it blows my mind. Guess whose yearbook this is? Anybody want to guess? Guess? Belongs to a guy. His name was Sam Giaccio. That's right. Let it sink in. Let it sink in. I've got Sam Giaccio's yearbook. And let me tell you, there's stuff that girls wrote in this thing I can't repeat. Oh, wow. Okay, that's all I'm going to say on that. Let's lift our glass as a toast to Bowen High School, year 1973, 50th class reunion. Steve Cohen, a.k.a. Stephen Barry, saying, enjoy the food, and a toast to us.